Okay, welcome. We're doing live number 10. I had to think about it. Live number 10. So we have 2 more because we're doing 12 after this one. So this one and 2 more, so 3 technically. So this is our live number 10 today. We've gone live 10 times so far. It's so awesome. And I'm recovering from a little cold, and so I'm starting to feel the hoarseness in my voice. And you seem to be holding up okay. You had a little cold too. Yeah, he had it after me. It's just because I talk a lot. So this video is about your unique spiritual gifts and your Gematric chart. So your unique spiritual gifts, some people actually see them as like psychic gifts. But however you kind of want to like think of them, they come along with your spiritual awakening, right? So as you deepen in your spiritual awakening, your spiritual gifts really become alive in you. And so like we were talking about for Francis, it really went more in the way of understanding Gematria and doing Gematria intuitively. And that was the manifestation of it. And for me, it was in the form of having a screen on my right periphery. I also have Jesus as the risen Christ that stands on my left. And I actually feel Jesus holding my left hand. So I feel it like all the time on my hand. So in the way psychic gifts are talked about, it would be that I was experiencing clairsentience, right? Like on the way that I feel it on my skin, or clairvoyance because I'm seeing text and images and visions, right? And I don't hear things a lot, but sometimes I do. So then clairaudience, or all the things. So there's different ways to talk about it, and then there's ways that you can talk about it from within a particular, spiritual or religious tradition. There's just different ways. I have a really dear friend, my bestie, who experiences her spiritual gifts most profoundly in ancestor understanding and ancestors stepping in. And that is the way in which, for her, it's most potent. And this can also evolve and change, right? Like the more we grow and the more we develop, the more it becomes ever present. So really, there's all sorts of different ways. One of the other really common ways, this is actually not a way that I experience it too often, but I know that Francis experiences it like this, and you can feel free to jump in anytime. If I'm like talking, because you know me. Especially as my voice gets hoarse, it's like telling me to take a break. But Francis experiences really, really powerful dreams, really prophetic dreams. My daughter does as well. My older son, or my daughter Katie, my older son Ron, they experience really, really prophetic dreams. Some people also experience the spiritual gifts through song or through music. So you'll wake up with a song in your head and you'll know that it has a meaning, or through looking at the stars, or there's all sorts of different things. And okay, we're back. It's not like one thing and then the other. Like we can have a whole bunch of them, right? But your spiritual gifts are so powerful, and your Gematric chart is actually really revealing in how your spiritual gifts, not only how they work, but also your spiritual gifts are interacting with your chart. So the numbers and the concepts and the calendrical dates that come up, that are mystically connected to your name, birth time, birth date, other important dates, and the ones that are specific to you will be very interactive with your spiritual gifts. So they will be intuitively understood through the lens and through the medium of your spiritual gifts. And those will just continue to grow and grow and grow and become stronger and stronger and stronger for you. Is there anything else you want to add?
Yep. Keep going. Yeah.
So that when you're interacting with your chart, it's, and the other thing I wanted to say is that some things that your chart will reveal to your Gematric chart will reveal to you now, you'll actually have more things will be revealed to you at another time, right? One of the practices that I use with my Gematric chart, and I have the full chart, but you can do this with a mini chart and or a full chart, or you can start with a mini and then get a full later. One of the things that will happen is I will journal with like a part of it, and I will have different things coming up to me, or realizations, or intuitive hits, or different things will come up to me. And it's been a really self-affirming and self-trust exercise, which ultimately is trust in the intuitive channel, the relationship with God, universe, source, whatever language you want to use. Really it's about that. And so it becomes you're able to trust the way in which God is speaking to you in a much more powerful way. And this becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. And the Gematric Chart is a really excellent way to do that. And so we just wanted to share that, like the kind of like intersection between the Gematric Chart and how your spiritual gifts were developed or reveal or deepen.
Yeah, like sorry, one example of that is like you could have a dream, for example, and it'd be a really memorable, jarring dream. And then I've seen it happen where, you know, you'd have a dream and somebody would remember that dream, you know, be really conscious enough to remember that date and then count back to some other important date, like for instance your birthday or something like that, you know. And then when you count the number of days, that days would happen to be the expression, or it would actually be the value of some Gematric value of some phrase or some verse in sacred scripture.
Oh my gosh,
So
there's so many.
And you know, and so it's just, that's one way that they can interact. They can interact in manifold ways, but I think that's just like one way. I've seen that happen where people would have a dream and just kind of count the days from that dream, and it's as though they were being told, remember this dream, and there's more to it, you know.
And then it gets, you know, revealed more and more and more. And you know, the thing is that we're not giving super specific examples because they're specific to individuals and that's their own personal chart, right? And you know, we want to be like, what we're trying to really express is that this is so personal and it's so tailored to just you. And when you open yourself up to that, and when you allow your spiritual gifts in this particular emphasis that we're doing right now, when you allow your spiritual gifts to really like intersect and dialogue with the chart, through different manifestations of that, it's really powerful for you. And I'm just so excited. We were talking earlier, we're just always so excited every time we send out a chart, because it's like, we know that like only this much at first will come through, but then it just like tumbles and tumbles and tumbles and more and more and more. As you sit with it, you read it more and more, you know, all of that, it just comes through more and more. And so we just wanted to share a little bit about how it works and our experience, how it's worked in our clients' lives, and just encourage you. So, anything else you want to
Well
add?
said.
Okay, so we will be back. We're going to be back in a little over an hour because we've got to go pick up our older kids and get them to a different place. But we have 2 more, so we'll do one at 7 and one at 8 tonight. Okay, see you soon.